Costa Mesa R&D. Well, we're back in the kitchen, the shop again. And today we're going to be doing another cooking video. This time we're going to be making chocolate cake my way. We're going to start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to start with a cup and a half of sugar. You can cut back on that if you want a little bit. We're going to have about a cup of cocoa, about a half a cup of olive oil, and about a cup of mayonnaise. Also about 2 teaspoons of what we got here, baking soda, and a little bit of vanilla extract. And I'm going to use a couple of small little chocolate bars here to put on top. So let's get going. Well, we're going to get started by dumping in the all-purpose flour. Add the sugar. Add our cocoa. You can use lighter cocoa if you like, but I prefer the dark. Just something about the dark that gives it a much richer flavor. And I've had this recipe where I've actually packed the cocoa into the cup. If you're going to do that, you only need about 2/3 of a cup. Okay, next we're going to add the mayonnaise. This is kind of one of the key ingredients here. It keeps the cake nice and moist, which a lot of cakes I've had have always been kind of dry. And then we'll add in the olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. Get to the last drop. We'll add the vanilla extract here. We'll throw in our 2.5 teaspoons of baking soda. You could also use baking powder, I suppose. Okay, then we're going to mix this up. And most important of all is our 1.5 cups of water. Take your time on incorporating this. This is actually a recipe fashioned after what my mom used to make, which was a chocolate mayonnaise cake. And it was really good. She made it a lot of times for me growing up. What I particularly like about this cake is that you really don't need to have any sort of icing or anything on the cake. I don't care for icing on cakes anyway. But anyway, you might like icing. You might want to put some chocolate icing on there, lemon, vanilla, who knows what, whatever you like. I guess if I had a hand mixer, I could mix this up a little faster. But I don't, so you're going to have to suffer through with this. Alright, once you have everything incorporated, then you can take a couple of 9-inch cake pans. You want to take and put a little butter in here, olive oil or something. Could even use some spray-on release agent. Put about half of our batter in there. Get that in, and dump the remaining mix in your other pan. A little bit more here. No matter how I try, I always seem to get a little bit more cake mix in one pan than I do the other. Okay. We're going to be using a convection oven here, and we're going to preheat it to 350 degrees, and then we'll stick this in. Take this. Looks good. That's great. Yum, yum. All right, then we're going to take our little chocolate pieces down here, and we're just going to shred them over the top. Once again, I use dark chocolate. Of course, you could use milk chocolate if you want a little contrast with the dark chocolate in the cake. Do that one. This one here. Alright, so it's going to take a couple minutes for our oven to come up to temperature. So once it does, we'll come back. Alright, well, our oven is up to 350 degrees. So I'll go ahead and put this in. I'm going to put this in for about 14 minutes. Let's see here, clock hour, I'm going to timer. I'll go 15. And we'll be back. This is smelling good. We got about another 4 minutes to go. We have less than a minute. And then we'll give it the old toothpick test and see if it's done. If it's not, we'll stick it back in for a couple more minutes. That should do it. You might think that the olive oil and mayonnaise is an odd combination, but let me tell you, it works. It works really well for me. Let's have a look here. Looks like it's done to me. Go ahead and pull this out. Slip this one in. Yum, yum, yum. Cake smells so good. What I normally do is kind of shake this around a little bit to make sure it's nice and loose. And once this thing cools down, we'll cut a piece and sample it. Well, let's take a look at our cake here. It's looking mighty good. Cut this up into, I think, 8 pieces. Or maybe a dozen. Or 16 would be better. All right. Give this a taste. See how moist it is. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. A big glass of milk would be just dandy with this. I think you need to try this chocolate mayonnaise on a olive oil cake. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think. John Customates R&D.